psychic radio, holistic radio, spiritual radio. This is achieveradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/achieveradio.
This is Ann Marie, and you are listening to Achieve Spiritual, Holistic, and Self-Improvement Radio. Today, I thought we would discuss a topic which affects many of us, especially us cold weather birds that are being, just kind of our voices for putting on the winter flab and the winter eating that comes with a lot of exercise loss or seems to cut down a lot. So those holiday pies and those holiday meals really do tend to put on the weight. Many of us can, especially after the age of 40, start to see this as our time for gaining that extra 5 pounds for the year or more. And also I want to invite anybody that wants to call in for a holiday reading, free reading on phone or by in quick, to call in 602-666-6027. That's 602-666-6027. My name is Ann Marie, as I said before, and I have been an intuitive reader for over 37 years. I have my own studio in the Midwest and kind of on a tree-tunneled lane of stone angels and gardens and lots of snow. Also, I work for Keen as Sister Ophelia, and I am with Best Psychics Directory. Both of those sites I have been reading from probably since 1999, 2001. So you can imagine that after that many years of phone clients, you do build up a good portfolio of client feedbacks, and I have thousands of them on the web. All you have to do is type in Ann Marie Odell in your browser, and you should come up with many websites and all of my keen feedbacks and, just good, sound research. And I can assure you that if you go to my website, which is thecallingoflight.com, you will find that in the middle of the page it says purchase a reading, or it says reading on top of the page, and you will go to a PayPal page that has options of a 15-minute reading for $30, a half-hour reading for $60, or an email 4-question reading for $50. So that's about it as far as selfish self-promotion goes. Here it is autumn time. We actually had a tornado warning here, and it is still in effect for 1 hour yet. So if I suddenly fly away, you will know that Annie got hit by the Midwest tornado. It's been the final leaves are falling off the trees. It's pelting rain and thundering. And usually by November 13th, there has been a good snowfall. Today, I would like to just wish everyone that has been a November baby, as myself, a happy birthday. And just to be able to give you a little bit of inspiration as far as maybe a little more control for your holiday dinner. I am going to do a weight loss hypnotherapy today. So just let's start out with a little bit of music and before our meditation. And as well, we can go into taking calls and in quick readings. You remember, you can go to achieveradio.com and get in there and find a way to be able to get your in quick readings. We have with us today, and looking at that, oh, no, not yet. But we do have Chris from Tennessee, and we have Anita from Arizona. And I do offer, again, anybody that wants to get an in-quick reading, you'll get 37 years reading experience and a whole lot of love. So that's what we have today. So let's start out with just a little bit of music, and we will start out with the songs of the Rainbow World just before we start our hypnotherapy. All right, let's start that hypnotherapy. For those of you that want to just kind of close your eyes and settle back, we're going to start with anything that will get in the way of allowing you to have self-control. And this hypnotherapy, you can listen to it again in the archives, is by Calvin Banyan, and it's called Weight Loss Script, Overeating Rut Pattern. So again, close your eyes and just relax all the muscles in your jaw, around your eyes, in your cheeks, and all around your face. Now send that same relaxation down your neck, down into your shoulders, down your arms and into your fingertips. That's right. And send that beautiful, soothing feeling of relaxation down into your chest and back, into your stomach, into your lower back, into your legs, and down into your toes. Very good. And if you will, take a moment just to enjoy this beautiful feeling of soothing relaxation where you can just allow the anxiety and stress to leave your mind for as long as this script is going on. Weight loss script for holiday eating. You know, you've come to a point in your life where you are ready to rid yourself of eating in response, especially to emotions. You've tried it, and it's not worked. At the very best, eating may have distracted you from your emotions, actually. But then the emotion came back again. There is no food, candy, or drink that could ever satisfy any emotion that you have ever experienced. You tried that, and it has not worked. All of your feelings are good. All of your feelings are there for a reason. There is no difference between the 5 outer senses: touch, taste, sight, smell, and hearing, and all of your inner senses that we call feelings. They are there to help you and guide you so that you can take care of your feel loneliness. It means that you have a healthy desire for human contact. Call someone, write a letter, check your email, join a club, or become a volunteer during the holidays. Eating does not satisfy any of these feelings any more than putting more gas in your car will fix an oil or temperature problem. Now you will find it easier to know what each of your feelings are trying to indicate for you to do. I recommend that you spend some time after you leave work and write down some of the feelings that have caused you to eat in the past. Then write down what that feeling really means. For example, depression means that I am feeling ineffective, helpless, or hopeless. The right action is to look at my life and identify the area or areas where I feel this way. Then begin to develop a plan of action to start to make things different. Finally, begin working the plan. Then watch as your depression begins to fade away. As you can now see, all of your feelings are good, just as good as the 5 senses. They are there to guide you. Somewhere you got the wires crossed. Now we are connecting them. The reason your wires might have gotten crossed is because some time ago, probably when you were very young, you felt a feeling and you could not act in response to it. You had the feeling, but try as you might, because of your circumstances, could do little or nothing about what was causing the feeling. So even if you did not or did understand what the feeling was trying to tell you, there was little you could do about it. You wound up forgetting what the feeling even meant for you to do. You then mistakenly found temporary comfort in the distraction of food. It didn't really help. But there was more food and more feelings, and you felt and you fell into that rut. Now you are climbing out of that rut for the holidays. You are now ready to begin a life that is much more satisfying than the one you have been living in 2015. Now you are capable of satisfying yourself like never before, now and on into the rest of 2016. Now, when a feeling comes up again, You'll know what to do. In fact, you will begin to look forward to acting upon your feelings in a more satisfying way. For example, if you feel lonely, you can call a friend, visit someone, or go to a place where you can meet people. Loneliness can never be satisfied with food. You now understand that to be a fact. And just as loneliness can now be satisfied, cannot be satisfied by food, neither can stress, frustration, anxiety, depression, boredom, or any other feeling. You are now free from the frustrating cycle that has caused you so much distress and weight gain. From this time onward, you will eat only when you are sure that you need refueling. You will now begin to satisfy yourself in many new and more interesting and fulfilling ways for the coming year. From now on, when you get a feeling and it is not hunger, you simply say, "Stop. This is important. I'm giving my 100% effort. My feelings are trying to tell me something important." Then listen to the feeling and begin to act on it. That's right. So now you can listen to this in the archives before you go to your next holiday dinner. Or if you are at home alone, you can start to understand that your emotions are not a reason to eat more, but to take care of each specific feeling in its own way. All right, so let us say one more time the song of the rainbow. All right. So let's start out with our calls today, and we have a call from Jan from LA. Hello, Jan. What can I do for you today?
Hi, how are you? I would just like a general reading for the next month coming up. See what it shows for me, please.
Sure, Jan. And I would like you to start out with saying your first name.
Jan.
And then if you will, say your name one more time.
Jan.
Thank you. So, Jan, if we look at what is coming up for you in 2015, November, during the holidays, the first thing that comes through says balance. This is a good month for you to be able to balance. Not only, I think, will you find a way to balance your finances, but I think this is a good month for you to balance any kind of connections with people that you have and find the right time and the right place to be able to make the right decisions in your life. November is also seen as the time of loving ever reason, anybody that you come in connection with in November is going to be able to feel the full volume of your compassion and love and reciprocate by giving you back the same. This is a month where you may find that you are tempted to sacrifice and do more than you really should. This is because in the past you became frustrated because other people that you thought would take responsibility did not do it the way that you would have. So you did it yourself. Your reading says, this time, do not do that. November is the time where you can mend any kind of unforgiven arguments and try to look back and see that some of the dysfunctions in family or in work relationships are going to be able to be mended. I'm shown that also in 2000 and in this November 2015, your worst fear is doing something stupid that will make you become a victim of circumstances or take advantage of. But I'm shown that in November, that is a mindset that will cause you to go into caution, that will prevent you from doing some fun things. So don't do it. This is the month of November that you need to access into love and into creative new beginnings and relationships with family and friends. And in 2015, I'm shown also a powerful male, whether this is a family member or whether this is somebody that you have known in your life. And it shows a connection between this person that will resonate with excitement and fulfillment and a sense that it is very rewarding. So all in all, I believe that 2015 November looks very good for you.
Well, that sounds great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jan. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right. So I want to say that for many people, 2015 can be difficult in November because it also means getting together with relatives for dinners, with people that maybe you hold grudges with or that hold grudges on you. And it's important at this time to just let those grudges go. Understand that it does nothing for you to be able to hang on to those grudges. And I think that if you just kind of pretend, even if you have to pretend that this is a time where love and compassion and getting along are just more important than ego wars, I think that you'll find that you can start the momentum for forgiveness. I'm going to take Marjorie, and then I'll go to Anita. And Marjorie says, hello, Ann Marie. Could you do a reading about my finances of the next 6 months? Thanks so much. I will be happy to, Marjorie. But first, I want to connect with you. So I want to do a little angel reading on you, or connection, energy connection on your name. And your name is Marjorie. And so if we look at what comes up for you energetically, and this is what comes through. One of the things that it shows is that you are somebody that puts a whole lot of store and a whole lot of gratitude on friendships. I'm shown that at times there were people that copped an attitude and maybe did not resonate with the kind of gratitude that you wanted in when you had done them favors. But still in all, you're the kind of person that truly does honor friendships. And when you honor a friendship, if someone trusts you, that means a lot to you. And so I feel that the future is about trust, but maybe feeling that some of the actions that you're doing are not getting necessarily the gratitude that you would love to have. I guess, I follow the teachings of Jesus and the wisdom of Buddha. And I do know that there's two things that resonate very, very strongly in my mind. If you're going to pray or you're going to make an issue about the things that you've done for people, it is never genuine. It's more, if you're going to do nice things for people, make sure that you're comfortable without them showing gratitude. And if that matters more to you, then for crying out loud, don't do things for people that make you feel like you're being ripped off. Now, to look at your finances. If I look at your finances in the next 6 months, Marjorie, I'm looking at that. And what comes through on your finances shows November and December as months that are tight. This clears up in January. And then it kind of slides backwards, so don't do too much fanatical spending to make up for starvation, financial starvation. In other words, November and December are tight, but they are for everybody that's maybe holiday shopping or getting ready to pay the bills for heating or whatever. But it says that January really launches off well for you, but then be careful of overspending and putting yourself back into a tight situation in February. March looks great for you. April looks great for you. So the toughest months financially for you seen are November, December, and February. So be very cautious that February is only bad or tight because you spent too much in January. So watch your spending in January. Be comfortable, but don't indulge. Okay, and that's what I have for you. If I look at a reading for Chris, and he was first, and I'm going to go there. Hello, Chris. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. What's going on for our Chris today?
I've been doing good.
Good. I'm doing good, getting ready for the winter and watching the leaves fall from the trees and raking and raking and raking. So what are you doing, and what do you want me to read on, Chris?
Read.
Do you want me just to give you a general reading?
Yes, that's cool.
Is that you do?
No.
Okay. So I'm just going to look at what comes up on a general reading for you, okay, Chris?
Yeah.
And when I look at that, just say your first name, Chris.
Chris.
Thank you. And then say your name again.
Chris.
There. Thank you. And here's what comes up on you on the next, just a general reading. It says, at this particular time, you may find yourself in holiday home situations or staying close to home. And that there is a feeling that in the future you are seen as being more active and that you're reaching out to people, and you seem to have a lot more energy maybe to work or to do things that are helping other people. I don't know why, but it shows you recovering from something that really upset you. Your reading says that in the past you got very, very impatient. Something happened that caused you to feel like you just had it. You just didn't want to deal with things. And it shows in the future that it's time to make up your mind, Chris, that the future you have to be stronger. You have to remember that you have to take action to go out and do things and be able to be seen and be able to be heard and meet people. But you have to do this because they're not going to come necessarily to you. Your reading says that right now the last thing you want is to feel bad. You don't want that. And you know that inside you're a strong warrior. You're a strong person. Your reading says that lately you've been more cautious. Something has made you more careful. And your reading says in the future that and I don't know where you live, but it says in the future there's a sense that you may feel as if you want to be able to be more aggressive and you want to do more things and you want to meet more people and you want to have a girlfriend or whatever. But it says that sometimes just when you feel like you're starting to feel great, all of a sudden you feel as if you're in a prison, or as if you feel like you can't go anywhere or you can't do anything. But remember that you have to try not to feel this way. You are a good person, Chris. And I don't know what's upset you, but I see that something really hurt you. And I'm shown that you have to be patient. And you have to remember that you are going to have a good 2015, that your angels are with you, and that you have to believe that sometimes when people don't come to you, you have to go to them. But don't be frustrated if your life doesn't change immediately. Sometimes it's going to feel, especially in the winter, like things aren't happening fast enough for you. But you just have to do little things for people. Maybe do odd jobs around for people that make them see what a great person you are. Because you are a good person, Chris, and people need to see that. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ann Marie. Thank you. Oh.
What?
Oh.
What's that?
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome, Chris. We love you, Chris, okay?
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So I'm going to go back into In Quick, and we have Linda from New York. And Linda says she wants to have a general angel reading. All righty. And then I will go back to Anita after I go to Chris, or go to Linda. So Linda, if I look at what comes up on you, and I can't have you say your name because you're not on the phone, but I will say your name, Linda. And then I will say it again, Linda from New York. Linda, this is what comes up. Your angels want you to know that it's time for you to have a new beginning. Your angels need you to know that you've been feeling an anxiety lately, and they see that. But they want you to know that whatever person puts you in anxiety, you have to realize that maybe you made some of the choices that were reasoning why you kind of went into anxiety. Maybe something didn't go well. But I'm sure somebody truly does care about you. I don't know if this person is even letting themselves be seen by you. I'm shown a mystery person, somebody that truly does think you're amazing. I'm shown also that in the future it's time to make a choice between two people or two life situations. Because if you don't, you'll stay unhappy. And my feeling is that you're tired of that anxiety. Whatever has caused that anxiety, there seems to be like you're living a double life. And you need to make up your mind which of those situations or people you really want in your life. Your angels want you to know that you've been wanting to get out of a imprisoning situation, whether it's a marriage or whether it's a work situation, I don't know which, and that it's been fearful for you to do so. Your angels want me to tell you that you are not allowing yourself to be strong when you do that, and that whatever you do, stop being supportive of people that are weak and don't do anything for you. Your reading says that your angels just want you to be happy. And they say, let the depression go away, Linda. Your reading says that you are a strong, magnificent woman. And that the most important thing that you have to know is that anxiety takes so much out of you. And sometimes you even dwell on things that aren't necessarily worth being an anxiety over. Sometimes you even are in anxiety about the people that love you. So you need to know, to relax, Linda, lighten up. There's a lot of people that love you, especially someone that I think that you're not even paying much attention to. And that when you start to pay attention to the people that love you, you're going to notice that your angels create blessings for you. So for now, in the holiday time, lighten up, smile and laugh a little more, and stop seeing yourself as in this imprisoning situation you can't get out of. Maybe there's a sense that you feel you can do better, and I'm sure that you probably can. But we all can do better, I suppose, but sometimes I believe in thy will be done, which is a part of saying in the Bible that when you finally let go of the conclusions, the endings that you believe are meant for you, and just let go and let God, I think that you'll find that oftentimes the very best actually happens. So for the holidays, let go, let God, let your angels in, and realize that it's time for you to realize that the anxiety that you have been feeling is only hurting you. Let it go. All right? That's what I see. Thank you, Linda. All right, I'm going to go to Anita from Arizona. Hey, Anita, how you doing? Anita? Are you there, Anita? All right. Anita, I'll come back to you in a little bit. We'll go to Gwen from Massachusetts. Hello, Gwen. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, Miss Gwen. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's going on?
Good, good. I would love a general reading. Well, you know what? Let me tell you what's going on.
Okay. Okay.
I've been having just some problems with work.
Okay.
And I am looking for another job with more money and et cetera. But I'm just having problems, just like with not a lot of people, but I'm just having some issues with people.
Okay. So do you want me to read on those issues and why it's happening?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So say your first name.
Gwen.
Thank you. And then say it again.
Gwen.
Thank you. So, Gwen, if I look at just what comes up around Gwen's issues with people, the first thing that comes up is that, and I don't know why, but I'm shown that lately you've been having some low self-esteem. And and that you've been feeling, last time I talked to you, you had angels and crystals all over inside your cubicle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I feel that something has turned and you've kind of slid backwards into some low self-esteem. Your reading says that you're meant to be, and you're meant to have leadership and
Yes.
make an impact on people.
Yes. Yes.
And most of the times, you feel like a motivator.
Mhm.
But the past has shown that sometimes the feelings of confidence and security are short-lived. And
Yes.
that for whatever reason, maybe 3 weeks or maybe a month or 2 months after you start to feel confident, you slide back into your shadow child. Now, your shadow child is the little girl that's inside you. She's the little girl that maybe heard voices about from her mom or from friends or whatever that said, you're not as good as us, or you need to do better, or you're not doing enough. And for whatever reason, when those shadow voices, the shadow child within you comes out, and it seems that the shadow child comes out just when you're feeling best. And what it causes you to do is to go back into a funk, when really what you need to do is be the mommy and give that shadow child a big hug and say, you know, Gwen, baby, I know that one time you heard those voices, but I'm here to tell you life is changing and everyone is a better world, and we don't have to live in the past anymore. We don't need to hear those voices anymore. And if you can kind of give that shadow child of insecurity and low self-confidence a hug, instead of seeing it as a reality, and instead see it as the shadow child within of the past, then you'll stop letting those feelings of insecurity rob you of your moments of empowerment.
True. Wow. Because what happened was that I was sitting in my cube, and an employee walks by, and someone that I'm usually friendly with and kind of joke around, and he asked me if I'd seen the young lady who was in the cube next to me, and I said no. I said she's probably running around putting out fires. And because the gentleman I speak to, we kind of go back and forth, just playful back and forth. I said, well, how much? I said, how much is it worth to you, to find out where she is? He says, worth a lot. So right when he said that, that's when she had walked by, and he started talking to her, I need this type of information, I need this and that, and I said, do I still get? I made the comment. I said, well, do I still get my pair of shoes and my Gucci bag? I said, see that she showed up. And he turns to me and he says, when you do what she does, then you get a Gucci bag and you'll get a pair of shoes. And her shoes are big shoes. No one can fill her shoes.
And who was this person that said these things?
He said it to the girl that was in the cube next to me that he was looking for.
Sounds like he was kissing her ass. Sounds like he was making up for the fact he was talking about her at all by saying something nice just to kiss her ass when he was afraid that she would crack down on him.
Well, but he said that to me, that her shoes are too big. But you know what? He didn't mean it. Right. He was kissing her ass because she caught him in the act of talking about her. Oh. So, it's just like, when
let's say that you love someone to pieces, but then you're caught in the act of talking about them while they're there or going by, and all of a sudden this incredible sense of guilt comes up. What people will usually do is slide into all of the compliments they can just to make up for the fact that, oh my gosh, I was talking about them behind their back.
Really?
So
Wow.
my sense is that this was really not about you at all, but about kissing her butt because he felt guilty.
Wow.
But you took it into a different degree. You took it and you I keep wanting to say flagellated yourself, but that's not the word. The word, when you beat yourself with a whip or whatever.
Yes.
You took it as I'm worthless, I'm no good. Honey, there's nothing further than the truth. You are awesome. Don't let go of that. And whatever voice that you heard in your head, repeat something through his voice. Stop it.
You're right.
Okay?
You're right. I guess a part of me is feeling like, I should be doing something more fantastic instead of sitting in a cube, copying papers. But for me,
that would be a journey that you want, and that would be a journey of that. Maybe it's going back to school or taking a few courses or doing something to refresh, and finding another job for 2016 would be a totally awesome goal.
Yes.
But certainly don't let anybody put you down because you're awesome.
Oh, thank you. I have to believe this, and I've just never grew up in that type of environment.
And know it without a doubt.
Yeah. That's true. Amen. Thank you as always. Thank you.
All right,
bring it home to me.
Okay, love you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right. You too. Bye-bye.
All right. We have 5 minutes. Again, I tried Anita, but she was not answering. So I'm going to go to Patrick. And Patrick says, I am looking to move to another state for a job. Can you see if it will be okay? Thanks. And Patrick is from Pennsylvania. And if I look at Patrick and a move, Patrick and a move. And when I look at that, what comes through on the new move for you, Patrick? Patrick, I believe that timing is everything. And I believe that you have some homework to do about grounding your finances or doing something that will get you a job and, don't jump the gun. Patrick, I feel there will be a move, but I'm shown that it's actually in spring. Now, you have not given me the name of a state, but I would say that at this particular time, don't jump the gun. Wait until everything is clear. Wait until you have a clear-cut plan. Wait until your finances are better. My sense is that you will be able to do just fine, but in another place. But I see spring as a better time for you to move. You have some homework to do, Patrick. All right? And if you already have a place, then I'm going to say look into it carefully. Make sure that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed before you jump into something that doesn't feel quite baked. Half-baked is not a good time to move. All right? That's what I have, Patrick. Okay, so we're going to go to Anita for the last three. Oops, Anita's gone. All right, well, I tried going to Anita, but Anita did not answer. So I'm going to say that, again, we had hypnotherapy today for holiday weight loss. And I want to encourage anybody that may have been a little nervous about almost fatefully seeing 5, 6, 7, 10 pounds climbing on their body when they really do have more control. So this hypnotherapy for today was on emotional eating. And the very best thing that you can do is go back, listen to this hypnotherapy before you go to your holiday dinner with family. And you know what? Even if you aren't having a holiday family dinner, there is nothing to prevent you from reaching out and calling somebody you haven't seen for a long time, or reaching out and sending love, or travel to somebody's house that you, family member, sister, brother, whatever. Sometimes people, if they feel rejected long enough, quit asking. And maybe you weren't even trying to reject them. Maybe life got tough. Maybe life distracted you and you started to distance from the people that you love. Take the bull by the horns during this holiday season. Not only can you watch your eating, but you can watch out for loneliness by going out, volunteering somewhere where there will be people that are needing a meal, or you can just go and call a great friend or a family member and maybe get together a dinner yourself. Hey, there's a lot of people that are single or that want to have something, and having a nice dinner yourself, whether there's a turkey or whether it's something else, is a great way to remember that Thanksgiving is all about kindness and compassion and joining with ones that we know are less fortunate, or, just with family. So I wish you blessings and love, and thank you so much for joining me on today's show. Again, if you would like to have a personal reading, please reach me at thecallingoflight.com, where you can have either a 15-minute reading for $30 or a half-hour reading for $60. And you'll find two links, one in the middle of the Calling of Light that says Purchase a Reading, or on the top bar that just says Readings. It'll take you to a PayPal page, and, you can get a reading, or we can read on anything that you want. I am going to be probably pretty close to my phone on the holidays, and I'm going to take time to be with a friend and maybe do a little shopping, or, get out and have dinner and bond with a few friends. And Thanksgiving, I'll probably be reading for those that are lonely. So I encourage you, give me a call. Sending love, sending blessings, and have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. And I'll be back next week, and who knows what'll be going on then. I'll find something. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Psychic Radio, Holistic Radio.